What's up, everybody? It's Luke, and you're watching Luke the Gathering. Thanks for checking out the channel once again. And it's Friday, which means it's another Friday Night Magic. And this week we had Final Fantasy, the IP that I personally really love. I love Final Fantasy, and I've played just about every Final Fantasy, and I've been so excited to draft this set. I'm so glad the store has products so we can draft it. I don't know how long that product is going to last, because it's just flying off the shelves, this stuff. But today we did draft it, and pretty good results. I went 2-1. All the games were really close, and even the game I lost, I felt like I had a swinging chance to win. But sometimes things happen. For example, in that first game, when I won, my opponent got mana screwed, and then we played a great game where I won, and then the third game, I got mana screwed, and it was it. And it was over in like 2 minutes. So that kind of stuff happens. That was my only loss in the 3 rounds, and I won the other 2 rounds. So when I looked up at the standings, I was actually second place, which was pretty sweet. The guy who beat me was first place. So by win percentages and things like that, the two of us did pretty well. I drafted a black, red, and blue deck. So Grixis is how it goes, and boy, I just love drafting this Grixis color group. The cards feel so fun to play. I love pinging people with those black mages. Black mages are some of my favorite. You can see I have a black mage light right back there. So black mages I've just loved since Final Fantasy 1. And to keep the price a little bit lower, they weren't giving away Final Fantasy packs at the end. We got to pick from some older sets. I actually picked Aether Drift. People probably think I'm crazy for picking that, but I just wanted to pick Aether Drift this week. So I got 2 packs for my 2 wins out of 3. And right now I'm going to go ahead and share with you what this deck is all about. Alright, well, here we go. One thing that's really important to me, especially in this set when you're trying to draft 3 colors, is to get some dual lands. I was able to get Vector Imperial Capital twice, which was really nice. One was foiled in the draft, so that was really cool. I think my mana base worked out pretty well, except for the one time I got screwed, of course, and that was just missing all sorts of mana. Warrior Sword, this blue, black, red archetype, it's about casting spells, so I was trying to find as many spells as possible, especially non-creature spells. And the Warrior Sword is great for that, because it gives you a creature, pretty strong creature, a 4/3 when this is equipped. And like for the triggers like that the black mages do, this can ping the opponent. If you have, you know, the Waltz guy that goes Waltz number 2 or 3, I forget which one it is, but I didn't get him in the draft. But if you have that, then it's even more. It's great. And this is a very strong card, so I ended up getting 2 of them. I was very happy with those 2. Vane's Treachery is just a fine removal spell. I try to draft as much removal as possible. This one's instant speed. Light of Judgment, maybe not my favorite because it costs 5 mana, but it felt great when I was able to destroy one of their creatures and then kill the artifact that they were holding too. So that was pretty cool for 5 mana. Suplex is a great removal spell. Deals 3 damage at sorcery speed, but you can also exile a target artifact if you want to choose that mode. Sometimes that mode can be important as well. Cornered by Black Mages is a removal spell because your opponent has to sacrifice one of their creatures, but a lot of times if you play too late and they have a big board, they're just going to sack like a little token, and it's really not going to make that big of a difference. But the nice thing is you also get a Black Mage in return for that. This card is best on turn 3 when you can play it, and then just maybe they have something they like on the board, and you can just wipe it off the face of the earth. Light of Judgment again. Thunder Magic is such a versatile card. For 1, it can deal 2 to a creature. For 4, it can deal 4, and for 6, it can deal 8. Sephiroth Intervention, just a stunning card as well. Gain 2 life and destroy target creature. I love that one. Circle of Power, this one I'm losing life, but I do get 2 cards for that 2 life. And then I also get a wizard token, so I think that's good. And for that turn, the wizards gets +1/+0, but that's typically doesn't matter. I never hardly ever attack with those wizards. And the backbone, I think, of the deck were these 3 black mages. I was so surprised I could actually get 3 black mages rods. That was kind of insane, in my opinion. So I really love getting those 3. And the Mysidian Elder also makes a wizard, so that's nice. Retrieve the Esper. I think this is just a fabulous card. It's a great value. You get a 3/3, and then later you get another 3/3. It's a 4-mana spell, so it can set off triggers. Rock Turret. I just had some extra cards that I needed to put in. This actually turned out well because for 4 you get a 3/3 flyer, and whenever an artifact comes in, you can draw a card and then discard a card. Get some card selection there. Marlborough played way better than I thought it would. 6-drop, makes them lose 2 life, makes them discard a card, and exile the top 3. And in a pinch, I've used it for swamp cycling, and that worked out great. So I think Marlborough is just a really good card. My all-star today was Hectize. One of my opponents, I had them discard a card because they had 2 cards in hand, and they discarded 1. And then I played this Hectize, and they had to discard another one, and it was Bahamut. So, boy, I stopped them dead in their tracks. That was amazing, and that was thanks to Hectize. Just a solid 2-drop. And then afterwards, you can sack it to, like, some other things. Here's Evil Reawakened. This is really great, too. I brought back that flying artifact, 3/3, the Rook Tower, and I was able to do some work. Here we go. Baron Rivalry, which is also Deadly Dispute, which a lot of people should know Deadly Dispute. But Deadly Dispute is great. You can sack something, and you get 2 cards and a treasure. Garland put in some work today. 2 mana for a 3/2. The coolest thing, though, is when he dies, you can bring him back to the battlefield, transformed as a 5/5 flyer. Shantoto is my Izzet guy. Shantoto is great, too. You can draw cards if you play spells 4 or more in mana. Also gets +X/+O, with X being the amount of mana spent to cast that spell. Just an overall great card. I thought maybe this wasn't that good, but I'm loving this card a lot. And this card is a card you won't see too often. Barnabas, Tharmir, and the legendary creature, Zombie Horror, flying with haste, 4/4, so that can get right in there. And it kind of stops your opponent from playing too many cards, because whenever an opponent casts their second spell this turn, you get a draw card. So if they double spell, you're getting some bonus in that, and that's pretty sweet. And there is the deck. I think I could have gone 3-0, but you know, the way things just sort of work, that's just the way things go. Anyways, let's open up these packs of Aether Drift. It's been a minute since I opened up Aether Drift. I think I'm only person in the world that likes this set, actually. So let's just go to the back here. Let's see the good stuff. Haunted Network is awesome. I love that card in the limited format. Transit Mage is good too. Boommobile, and we get this in the fun art here. Sweet. Skybox Fairy, and then Starter Engines token. All right, here's the next one. Hull Drifter. Oop. Hull Drifter. Let's see. Ooh, we got the Sky Sovereign console flagship. That's sweet. This is a special guest. Mythic. That is an awesome kind of pull right there. I love the picture too. That's so cool. And then we got for the rare Bulwark Ox. And there you have it. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you guys get to play Final Fantasy. It is an excellent and fun set. And I will see you next time. Alright, let's start off with a rare land. I ended up getting Midgar City of Mako, or Mako, I should say. I never used the adventure part of this card. I've only used the land because I ended up always getting this in my opening hand, and I needed black mana, so it always kind of came down tapped on the first turn, which was fine. I mean, not a big deal. This is what you do. I mean, sometimes I guess you could use the adventure side of it if you really needed to, but if you need the land, you're going to use the land. Crossroads Village is a decent land. Comes in as any color, but tapped, and then you have to choose it, can't change it. This land is okay. I never actually drew this land, so unlike Midgar, I never really got it, but I think this is good in a pinch where my deck was splashing 3 colors, or splashing a color and had 3 total colors in it. So, you know, a card like this is great when you know you need another color that you might be missing. So this was great. And then we got some towns. They are tap lands, and they're just the dual lands from this particular set. Why am I starting with this bomb of a card, Kefka? Because I never actually cast it today. I built my whole deck around Kefka, trying to get him out, having red, blue, black mana. But instead of leading me to casting him, it just led me to making a deck that was well suited in those colors, and it did great. So that's why I have Kefka so early, because I never really used him. Garland. This guy is amazing. This guy won me a number of games. Comes down for just 2. It's a 3/2. And when it dies, you can actually cast this card out or return the card from the graveyard to the battlefield transformed at sorcery speed. But then you get like an 8/8. Oh, that's not Garland. That was another guy. Sorry, I'm totally screwing this up. That's not true. This is a 5/5 that comes out of the graveyard. The other card I'm talking about is completely different, and I just mixed the two up. Sorry about that. But this does come out of the graveyard as a flying 5/5, not an 8/8, which we'll talk about later. That's a different one. And when this dies, you can put it on the bottom of the owner's library too, so this can potentially come back again. Lock Cole was better than I initially thought. At a 2/3 Death Touch and Lifelink was pretty big. You know, small things whenever it attack into, and this could kind of attack in when necessary. Also a great blocker. Araman. This was a really nice little card. Flying Death Toucher, 2/2 for 2 and a black. You can also sacrifice another creature or artifact to draw a card. Of course, you got to pay 3 as well. So kind of expensive, but something you can do later. Dragoon's Wyvern or Wyvern. This is a really cool card as well. You get this 2/1 flyer along with a 1/1 token. Black Waltz number 3. Ooh, I just found out how good this card is. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, does 2 damage to each opponent. So you can play a bunch of like cheap spells and just ping them to death. And if they have flashback, that's even better. And so I love this card. I've just started playing, obviously, Final Fantasy, and this has quickly become a favorite of mine. Fire Magic. This is cool. You gotta keep in mind that the damage that's dealt is to each creature, not just your opponent's, but each. So that means your own too. Fira does 2 to everything, and then Firaga does 3 to everything. Suplex is an amazing card. I love this card. It deals 3 damage to target creature. If that creature dies, it gets exiled. That is awesome. You can also exile artifacts. Haste Magic. This was a late sideboard in for me. I took out a creature that wasn't really pulling its weight. It was the 2 and 2 black guy that like has both of you sacrifice something. That just was not the card. That was not it. Did not perform well for me. I put Haste Magic in because this would set off all the pingers at instant speed. It's a surprise, so it turned out pretty good. These guys were awesome. Obsidian Elders. These guys are 1/3s, nice blockers, but they also come with that 0/1 token, the Black Wizard, that whenever you cast a non-creature spell, deals 1 damage to each opponent. I ended up getting 2 of these, which was awesome. Ended up getting the board up a lot. Laughing Mad. This is kind of like a nice little card draw spell. You do have to discard a card in order to do this effect, but I thought it was worth it most of the times. Plus, you can flash it back, which matters a lot for pinging people in my particular deck. Feigns Treachery is for 2. If something is -2, -2. But also, like, you can kick it by sacrificing an artifact or creature. And if you do that, then the thing gets -6, -6. Fight On. This can bring back some good stuff out of your graveyard. I didn't use it too much, but when I did use it, it was just fine and good. Eject is awesome. I love Eject. This spell can't be countered, first of all. And then the target non-land permanent goes back to the owner's hand, and then you draw a card. Retrieve the Esper. This was awesome when I saw what it was. It's a non-creature card that makes creature tokens, and it flashes back. So this is great for the pinging cards, and just kind of filling up your board so that, you know, you have enough blockers. I chump blocked a lot today just to kind of stall out for time to get the cards I knew I could win with out there, and it did the job. I only got to play Anima once because it's a 6 mana card, but the time it came in, it did very well. You know, drawing a card, losing a life is pretty good. I didn't even reach to chapter 4 today, but scary 4/4 menacing creature. This is probably the worst equipment that I had today, was the Red Mage's Rapier. It doesn't even buff anything unless a non-creature spell is cast, and then it's +2. So this nice, it gives you a 1/1. It has a little bit of upside, but not much, not hardly at all. And yeah, I don't know. It's hard to use on defense as well. All these kind of things. My favorite card by far was Black Mage's Rod. I've been hearing about this card, and it is as good as advertised. When it comes in for just 2, you make a 1/1 token wizard, and then it gets +1/+0, and it starts pinging things when you cast non-creature spells like artifacts or enchantments and the like. But not sagas, not the creature sagas, because they're creatures. Blitzball is just a really nice little card. It's a mana rock for 3, adds any color. But if a legendary creature deals combat damage, you can sacrifice and draw 2. That's really a nice little payout at the end. Xenos, yeah, Galvis was incredible. This thing was great. It's kind of like a mini board wipe. Plus, you can kind of target a creature for removing next, and if you do that, it turns into an 8/8 flying. That's just so good. This was great. It was just so fun to play with. Scared my opponents quite a bit. And then finally, we have the Darkness Crystal. I'm not sure how the crystals do in limited, but you know what, this one did great. United take turn 4 off, but once creatures on their side started dying and I was gaining 2 life, those little 2 lives make a lot of difference. And then the other thing is, when the opponent's creatures dies, they get exiled under here. You can cast them for 6. I mean, that's just crazy. 4 and 2 black. Once that happens, it's very hard for your opponent to win. So the Darkness Crystal, I think, is really a nice card. All right, let's finish off with our packs here. 2 play boosters is what I was able to win here. For getting 2 wins, no packs for a tie, unfortunately. Let's see what we get. We got Stuck in Summoner's Sanctum, You're Not Alone, Light of Judgment, Sephiroth's Intervention, Gigatoad, Rook Turret, Loperit Scout, Oron's Inspiration, Travel the Overworld, Albed Salvagers, Clash of the Icons, there we go, borderless, and then Esper Origins is the rare, with Blitzball Shot, Crown City. So that pack wasn't really the best. Let's see if we can get something better in this second pack. We have a summon, Ifrit, Ahriman, Wyvern, Giant. Let's just keep going here to, what's this? Summon Anima. Oh, that's cool. That's the alternate sort of art for Anima. That's sweet. Oh, we got Hope. Hope S-Time. Gotta love Hope. We got a Phoenix down. Oh, these are so cool. Love all these names from Final Fantasy. Well, there you have it. Nothing crazy in the packs, but I had such a great time at pre-release. I hope you guys were able to make a couple of pre-releases as well and have a lot of fun with this set. I'll see you next time.